So I'm looking at the 10th grade level subject area math, content area, mostly number classification. There'll be some review that comes up with functions that we were doing the other day. Here would be the learning objectives for the day about applying definitions of different types of numbers and questions that relate directly to them. There'll be statements that they examine and make judgments on about rational and irrational numbers. And then also to extend and refine our understanding of what a function is and is not. From an ELD perspective, it would be part 1A, the collaborative, numbers 1 and 3, the exchange of information orally, and also justifying opinion. Students, so to jump into this lesson today, we are going to review some definitions that we were exposed to last class. So we're going to do this by jigsaw, and what we're going to do is get you in groups of 8 to begin. So I know we've got 40 in the class, big class, and we will break up into 5 groups of 8, and so we will gather around our 5 tables in those groups of 8, and on those tables you're going to have to do is pick up one of those pieces of paper, and then you're going to find the other 5 people in the classroom that have the same piece of paper, and you guys are then going to create the definition, right, for your statement. So you're going to do 2 things. You are going to come up with a formal definition and also an example of that, whatever your phrase is. Okay, I'm going to give you guys 10 minutes to do that. Into what we're going to be doing, we are going to be using these definitions, so we need to make sure that we have them very solidly reinforced from the other day. So we are looking to extend and refine our knowledge base. Right, so we've got our 5 groups of 8. Just go ahead around your table. All right, pick up one of those pieces of paper. All right, excellent. Make sure you've got one. All right, and let's do this. Let's put the real numbers over there in that corner, the whole numbers back there, imaginary numbers over here, integers up here on the left, right? Rational numbers right here, irrational right in the middle of the room, natural numbers, and then we'll put counting numbers right here next to my desk. All right, you have 10 minutes to come up with your definition and also an example of that sort of number. We'll find out where we are. I'll check with you in 5 minutes and see how we're doing. Now, just to remind you, we're going to try and do this. You are not using your notes at all. You are just doing this out of recall as best you can. As best you can. I'm going to walk around and find out how we're doing, and we'll see if we need to augment or get some help from our textbook. So this is oral, right? You're working with each other, talking through it, and then you'll start writing it down. That's good. So it looks like we've come up with pretty good ideas. Let's do this. Take your definition that you've got written down, all right, and now come back to your group. So in your group, we're going to work around. You've got 8 people that have created those definitions. You're going to share that with your group. I'll give each person about 30 seconds, so that should take about 4 minutes, we think, to reinstall, make sure we have these ready to go. All right, so now we are ready to play the game Siempre, Nunca, A veces, or as we say now, always, never, or sometimes. So you are now, your group of 8, you are going to split up into 2 groups of 4, and those groups are going to split into 2 groups of 2. And you're going to get 8 statements that you are going to classify as always true, never true, or sometimes true. So you're going to take your statement, and you and your other partner are both going to read that statement, and you are going to think about it for 90 seconds. I'm going to give you 90 seconds to think about it. Is it always true, sometimes true, or never true? During those 90 seconds, you are going to think of an example as why it would be always true, why it would be never true, or could you come up with a case when it is sometimes true? So that's what you're going to create on your own, and then you're going to have 60 seconds to discuss it with your partner. You'll want to be sure that at the end of that 60 seconds, you guys have come up, you have documented what your answer or answers are for that statement. So it would be the square root of -1 times a real number is an imaginary number. That would be an example. Is it always true, sometimes true, or never true? You and your partner are going to do that 4 times. You'll do it 4 times, and then you'll flip cards with the other 2 in your group. Continue. Once we've finished with all the cards, then we'll join and discuss in your total group of 4, and then we'll also talk as a whole class to take a vote to see what we voted.